Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and I know I told you that I was done with the bargain bead box, but, well, my little brain made me into a liar, because during the night I came up with a really simple idea for my last druzy bead and two of my last labradorite tinies. And it's just a simple little pendant, very tiny, but a lot of people like a tiny pendant. So let's turn down and I'll show you what I'm going to do and we'll get to work on it. Okay, here is the last druzy bead. And here are two of the tiny labradorites. I still have 10 left, but I can't think of what we're going to do with 10 little labradorites. Then from my stash, I have a ball head pin, a extender chain. Now I got the extender chain because I cut 18 inches of silver chain. And for those of you who want a longer chain, I've got the extender chain. Now I've also put a little bail on here already. I wanted to see if it would fit, and since it did, I didn't see any sense in pulling it off. So there's our chain for our necklace. We have what I call a thumbnail lobster because you push it in with your thumb instead of a lever. And some jump rings. Now the one jump ring is of course to put the extender chain on, and the other one is for putting on the lobster onto the chain. However, this one is if we decide to go with a cold connection and put the cold connection onto the bail. We can do it this way, or I can just wire it directly onto the bell. We'll make that decision in just a moment as soon as we get going. I also have 2 bead caps and 4 little tiny daisy spacers. So what we're going to do is we're going to put on a daisy spacer, one of the labradorites, go a little labradorite, another daisy spacer. Then we're going to put on one of these bead caps, the druzy, the other bead cap, one of the tiny daisy spacers, the labradorite, if I can find its hole. I guess I'm going to have to pick it up and look for it. There we go. And then the last little daisy spacer. And that's going to be our little pendant. Now, if I had another druzy, these would make really cute little tiny earrings as well. They're not very big, as you see, about the length of one of my knuckles. Get the ruler out and see exactly how big that is. It's about 1 inch, so it's a small little pendant, and like I say, it's going to go right here on this bail. And just be right there. And I think we'll probably just do just bail it directly on there. So let's get our wrap done. And to do that, just simply bend it over at 90 degrees. Now I use my bell making pliers. I find it so much simpler. And I like the smallest, unless I'm doing something that needs something bigger. So we'll go with the smallest, pull her around, drop her down, and bring her around to her lollipop shape. Now I'm going to, that's not lollipopped very well. It's over to its side quite a bit. So let's bring it back properly. That's better. Though I do maybe want it even a little bit more. Bring this down. That's better. Now I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to open this just a little bit so that it, just like you would a jump ring, so that I have a little bit of a gap for this to slide onto the bail with. we go. And now that that's on the bail, we'll take it and we'll grab the two wires where they come together here. If we can get everything else out of our way. And then we'll take another set of pliers, because this wire is sort of stiff. If it was a looser, more bendable wire, I would do this with my fingers. So then wrap it close to the other. And if it should slip, you can always straighten it some, but mine's wrapping quite well, so I'm not too worried about it. And then when we get to the end point, just clip it off. And tuck it in. I think I should have clipped maybe a teeny touch more of that wire. There, that'll tuck much better. There we go. So there's our little pendant on our silver chain. Now we just have to finish our chain up. I don't think we need our clippers anymore, so those can go away. And we're just going to need our pliers to hook our ends onto our chain here. So with one side, we will put on the extender chain. Sure that's closed. It's not. I can see that it's open a bit. Oop. Didn't want to drop it. There we go. Now we'll get the other one and put on the little claw. And close this up. And there we are, one simple little tiny necklace. And I'm going to put this at the 18 on the jump ring. And there we go. Isn't that cute? Special little tiny pendant for those folks who don't like the big chunky or big, well, even some big ones are delicate, but this one is definitely for somebody who likes the tiny delicate. So there we have it, our tiny little necklace, pendant necklace, using some of the last of our Bargain Bead Box beads. Not much to it, very tiny, very delicate, but somebody I'm sure is going to love this little necklace. As I say, very tiny, very delicate. 18-inch long chain with a 3-inch extender, so you can wear it a little longer or a little shorter if you prefer. Isn't it cute? And now, folks, I really think I'm done, because all I have left is 10 little tiny labradorite beads. Can't do much with that. Though I probably will combine it with something else in my stash sometime or another and make something really special. But, like I say, there's our little tiny pendant. Hope you enjoyed making this with me. We'll see you later. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, working with the Bargain Bead Box Midnight Skies. And that's the last of it. Bye-bye.